Good morning. Welcome back to the Junius Maltby channel. This morning I received an email from Quality Silver Bullion, QSB, containing the first images of the very first coins struck with the new dies. These are the quarter ounce 499999 gold pieces made from the original dies, of course resized. They had to take the plaster that Luigi Badia had sculpted and make the dies, new die process, of course, for a quarter ounce versus the 1 ounce silver dies that we had made for the original silver piece. These are the first, I believe, gold coins ever struck for a YouTube channel, a YouTube community, and they look like they came out wonderful. The image of Marsyas is clear. It has the classical Greco-Roman appearance of the very sculpture that we patterned it after, of Marsyas being hung and flayed for challenging the god Apollo. And if you want to read more up on that history, we do have that written down as a piece of paper you can get for those of you who ordered the silver piece, as well as in the videos regarding the release of the channel silver coin. The very first images that I received were blurry. They were in a hurry to get them to me, and you can see that some of them are a little bit more blurry than the clearer pictures I received later on, and they're working on taking some high quality photographs and cropping them so as to be able to put them up on the website. These coins are going to be shipped, it looks like today. Some of the first batch of coins will be shipped today. For those of you that were early enough to order before, I believe the date cutoff was January 12th. And then the second minting run will be built up. So as people order them, they will get to where there's about 40 or 50 coins on order, because again, this is gold we're talking about. They have gold plankets there, 49 gold. And once they reach a particular number, they will then strike again and ship that batch out. All of these coins are bullion strikes. Of course, this first batch that's going out, you could, I guess, consider it the first strike, even though I don't really believe in the whole first strike idea, because they're all coming off the same dies. And, you know, with being 49 gold struck with a very hardened steel die, there's no wear taking place on that die whatsoever. And all of these coins are going to be of impeccable, crisp quality. And again, we're only striking 400. There will only be 400 of these quarter ounce gold pieces available. We're still minting the silver ones, so that I don't know what the exact mint population is on that, although I do believe it's still under 1,000. And again, only 400 of these will be minted. And this is a chance to, I guess, own a piece of YouTube history, if you want to look at it that way. Even though I don't want it really to be focused about this channel. And that's why, if you look at the coin, that's one of the reasons I took the name Junius Maltby off of this coin. The only thing that really attaches this coin to the channel now is, I guess, the date, 2013 in Roman numerals. We left that in place. That's the date the channel was founded. And I know it's kind of important to me and to some of you, but it's also the 5-year anniversary of the channel. It's almost a coincidence that this very month is the 5-year anniversary month that the Junius Maltby channel was basically born on the internet. It's when I opened it up, started uploading and working on it, making it a project. And here we have, 5 years later, a 49 quarter ounce gold piece. And I've always told you guys, since we started talking about coins and precious metals, that the quarter ounce size is actually my favorite for gold. That's why I love the British Sovereign, just under a quarter ounce, but these are a full quarter ounce. And the reason for that is just the value of gold. These are, to me, more manageable as when you come to breaking down gold into units, because a full ounce eventually, I believe, will carry so much value. It'll be only used for large, very large transactions and hedging large amounts of wealth, where a quarter ounce, to me, is a good place, a good medium where you can store some wealth, and it's not exorbitant. It's not too much to ask. You know, for me to go out and buy a full ounce of gold, well, I haven't done that in a while. But a quarter ounce, yeah, I can handle that occasionally. These $15.22 over spot. So whatever gold's at, these quarter ounce pieces, $15.22 over spot. I don't make a penny, not even a fraction of a penny off of them. That is the raw bare minimum costs to get these things struck, minted, and to you. I believe there is some shipping charges associated as well. However, this is not for the channel. This isn't a fundraiser. This isn't a way to get money to me at all. Again, I get nothing for these. As a matter of fact, it cost me money to get dies made for these. And a lot of you helped in that regard. There was a lot of contributions on the community end. Again, this is a community, a Junius Maltby channel community coin. You guys helped raise the funds for the first plaster to be sculpted by a world famous coin artist. That's how we got that face of Marsyas. That's why it's unique to us. We own it. You own it. You are a part owner in the dies and the plaster that made that face. If you contributed, if you donated to this channel when we were making dies and funding the silver piece, you helped fund that face, the face of Marsyas. And if you helped to donate for the gold piece, then of course you helped fund the very dies that we had to pay for in order to have the plaster transferred onto a smaller 20 millimeter die face in order to have these struck. Same with the reverse, although the reverse is considered a two-dimensional die, so it's a little bit more affordable. And again, as you can tell by looking at these pictures, these images, the coin is nearly identical to the silver piece. Very, very minor changes were made on the obverse side. We removed the name Junius Maltby from the rim there, and we replaced it with quarter ounce fine gold 999, and then we moved the fineness and the purity and the metal content that was struck somewhat infused into the armpit area of Marsyas, and now it's just him, just the sculpture, the face, the body of Marsyas on the coin, and we moved the metal over to where the name Junius Maltby was. That's the only change that was made, of course, other than the metal and the size. And then the reverse is the same. We've got the emoji symbol there centered. The first time humans ever wrote the word liberty, freedom, to be released from debt, released from slavery, manumission of debt, manumission, being released. So there's a lot of important meaning here. Again, I don't need to go into too much detail on the symbolism, the meaning that is behind this coin. I know a lot of you are familiar with it. You can read the description on the site. And here on the channel, I've got a lot of materials for you if you're curious. But one thing to consider about not only these gold pieces, but the silver pieces, these are precious metals. This is gold now. We're looking at a quarter ounce of gold. These are going to be around forever. Humans don't destroy gold. They don't throw it away. It's inherent with us to hoard it, to hide it, to protect it, to save it, to hedge our wealth in it, to pass it on to family members. It's dynastic. It is what dynasties hold, what kingdoms hold. And Romans buried it in pots. Greeks buried it in pots. They're scattered about the world, locked away, hidden. And these are going to end up in people's personal treasures. This round will exist longer than you or I, and we are all tied to it. So, in a way, if you helped fund this piece, if you are part of the Junius Maltby community, you're kind of a part of this coin's history, this coin's legacy, which will outlast all of us. Our names will disappear. All be erased from the annals of history. If the internet ever goes down, these videos will be gone. But this coin will exist forever. There could be, of course, if things go on and the earth continues to turn, 2,000 years from now, a little clay pot could be unearthed in a new civilization somewhere, and out would spill a handful of these Junius Maltby well, they won't be, the name's not on there, but the Marsyas round, this gold piece. And the great thing about it is the symbols and the Latin that is on there, as well as the face of Marsyas, should be known at some point. I mean, they exist in books and in literature and in history. And I believe the message of freedom, the message of liberty, being released from debt, being debt-free, the importance of precious metals and freedom and liberty, all of that ties into this coin, I believe that'll be passed on. It's kind of like we're sending a message to the future, to posterity. It's a time capsule, if you will. We've talked about that in the past, how gold and silver are almost like you're locking away your wealth for a future time. And these are kind of a message as well as wealth being locked away for a future time. We're sending them into the future. So again, we're just protecting them for a little while. You're going to own this coin, you're going to hold this coin, you're going to have it. But ultimately, you're going to pass on and this coin will still be around. These are going to be here longer than you or I. And I think that's kind of cool. I've always thought that's one of the most interesting things about coins when you hold them. You know, if I hold an 1817 crown and I look at it, I realize many of the people that handled and paid for goods or services with this coin are no longer around. Of course, it's obvious, but it's an interesting thing to consider when you hold a piece of precious metal. And these are brand new, so you'll be the first, when you order these or you have one, the first to handle it, to hold it. And the story of each coin is yet to be written, where it goes, what hands it passes through, what drawers or cupboards or safes or vaults it's stored in, where it will move about, and who it will visit on Earth over time. So that's always an interesting thing to think about. Where are these coins headed? Who will have them? All right, I appreciate each and every one of you. This was a fun little extemporaneous talk, I guess. I didn't really have anything written down or prepared. I just got these images and I wanted to share them with each and every one of you. So we're just kind of rambling on here looking at them. And I'm glad you guys are able to share this moment. Thank you to all of you who made this even remotely possible. You know who you are. Each one of you, reach around, give yourself a pat on the back. Just can't express enough how much I appreciate the community, each and every one of you that helped make this possible, helped launch these coins, helped get such a beautiful sculpt made by such an incredible artist as Luigi Badia. So I appreciate that. Thank you. And I hope each and every one of you that wants to acquire one of these is able to do so. If not, the next thing we'll be looking at doing after this in the future might be the half-ounce version with, I hope, edge lettering. All right, I appreciate it. Thank you. Again, I can't express again. I'll just keep saying thank you if we keep going on the video. But thank you to all of you. And have a good rest of your day. I need to get to the news now so I can be worthwhile to you. All right. Bye-bye.